I took the engine off the ARIENS string mower here, and there's on each side there's 4 bolts. They come off on the frame here where the wheel assembly is. They look like these. Use a 9/16 inch wrench. The bolts are sticking here on the side. 3 of them will come off real well with a ratchet. When you get to the 4th one, it'll tend to foul on the bolt that's on the axle, so when it was almost to the top, I used an open-end wrench to get it off completely. There's 4 bolts. Technically these are screws because you tighten it from the top, but 8 on either side. Then this is all loose, and then there's 3 more that go through here that tap into the engine. Those are a little bit longer. Again, it's got a 9/16 inch screw that goes into the mower, tapped, and then this fine thread bolt goes over here under the pulley. I grabbed the pulley here with the vice grip just barely, had it hook onto the frame, and it wasn't very tight. Just undid that, gave it a grunt, it came off. And there's got a key here. The key features actually on the pulley, and then the motor just came off. Dropped a little bit of oil on this ground here because had the dipstick off. This particular engine here, I hit something over here on the ball real hard, and it stopped so quick that the screwed up the engine. It'll still run, but it has hardly any power. Everybody and his brother said it's the key on the flywheel, so took it apart, and the flywheel key is exactly where it should be. Put a new key in, put it back together. Still hardly has any power, so it's like it's probably jumped a couple teeth on the cam, or there's something in there bent pretty bad to where you can pull on the throttle and you've got power, but you've only got about 1/3 the power. So the timing is all screwed up on this in the sense. But again, it wasn't the key. Like went through and replaced a new key, and you can see where it's timed with respect to the coil. And look at other ones on the internet, it's exactly where it should be. Put it back together. It's only got 1/3 the power, so the timing's all goofed up. So I'm just going to put a whole new engine, maybe a Harbor Freight or another one off eBay. But just making this video to show how I took the engine off. The 4 bolts on the side, unscrewed those with an open-end wrench, got them loose, and then used the socket with a ratchet, got them off real quick. These are tapped. The last guy, of course, I was mentioning up under here, the axle, if you get it too much, it was fouling up here on the wrench and getting it screwed up, so I went and used a open-end wrench over here at the last grunt. And when the engine was completely off, I had to over here where the carburetor was, I had to kind of wing it around. I had to undo the little clamp on the carburetor and then move the engine kind of around to get this little trap feature on for the throttle off. This is the ARIENS string mower 946150. I've had this for probably several years now, and it worked real well till I hit something on here down at the bottom of the water. It grabbed the rope and stopped this in just a fraction of a second, and went through and screwed it up. Again, there's the key. And I've gone through on this thing and put it all back together. Got parts over here, and it's not the key. Put a whole new key on there, flywheel. Put it all back together. Still hardly has any power. You pull like hell on the carburetor just to get it to run at about 1/3 speed. So there's something mechanically on there that's screwed up. You can look where top dead center is with respect to the key and the timing on this, and it appears to be correct, so there's something else on there goofed up.